All right. Here I am. A couple minutes late. Kind of messed up going live there. But hello to anyone that's tuning in. And if so, if you could let me know that you're here in the chat, I'd appreciate that. In the chat, I'd appreciate that. There. Sorry. Had a couple of things open that I didn't need to. So there we go. All right. Got someone here. Book chat with Pat. Hi, Renee, and hello all. Hi, Pat. How are you? Some other character. I can hear and see you. Okay, good. Somehow I messed up that go live. All right. There's two people. Let's wait just a little bit longer. We'll see who else comes along. What's everybody reading? I'm reading, let's see. I've been reading this. I talked about this, I think last week. I found this at the Goodwill. Oh, that's right. Some other character is reading The Stand. I'm also reading the book that I said I would review for someone who reached out to me. He's a reporter for New York Times, I think. And he wrote a book, his first book. So it's called Goyhood. Book chat with Pat is Les Miserables. Okay. We've got, everybody's got their chunkies. Everybody's got their chunkies today, because this is a big one too. The Emperor of All Maladies, the biography of cancer by Siddhartha Mukherjee. And yeah, this Pulitzer Prize. So it's good so far. Ellen Maid is here too. Hello. I'm here too for a bit. Yes. She, by the way, is here from Sweden. And it's like 1:00 in the morning there. So thank you so much for showing up. Faceless Book Reviews. I'm here and everything looks and sounds good. Great. All right. Welcome. I know you want to be faceless. I don't know if you want to remain nameless. I'm not sure what your first name is, but I mean, I'll call you faceless if you want, but I'm not sure that's what you want. So we'll see. Let me know. Okay, book chat with Pat saying hi. Everybody saying hi to each other. Mild Rumpus, hello, welcome. Thank you for coming. Yeah, Faceless said The Stand. Yes, my all-time favorite book. Hope you're enjoying it. Okay, everybody saying hi. All right. I heard great things about that book. Yes, yes. It's really interesting. Very good. Okay, Jay. That's right. I'm sorry. I did hear you say that one time on your channel. Okay, short for Jason. All right. So we don't have to say the son part. We just say Jay. Okay, got it. All right. Wow. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 5. At least 5 different people. And sometimes people listen and they don't comment, and that's fine too. They're welcome to do that. I mean, I don't always comment when I go to things, seminars and things like that. Sometimes you get more out of things when you just listen. And some people might be thinking about starting a YouTube channel, and they might just be interested in hearing what we have to say. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. All good things about The Stand. I've got that on my TBR as well. So I was saying the other day on my video that 1 month that will be my TBR. That will be the whole thing will be just the one book, The Stand. So I think it will take me a month to go through that one, or pretty close. So we're all making all kinds of money on YouTube, right? We're all famous, got the cars, got the big houses, we got all the bling, all that stuff. I mean, that's obviously why we're here, right? But what else? What else, brings us to YouTube? Why BookTube? Why now? What kind of motivated you even to get this started? I know for me, kind of the person that I was listening to who was encouraging and kind of seemed like he wanted different people to come into the community and really was saying that, uh, there was room in the booktube community for more people, excuse me, and different kinds of people. And that was Ollie from Criminali. So I really, he did a good video about that a few months ago, and I really felt encouraged and like, okay, well, maybe that would be fun. Always like to read, always like books. I was watching his channel, not a whole lot, but I was watching his book reviews. There was a couple of other people that, I was watching every once in a while, and I kind of, got the idea to get started. So, and I think he's right. There is room for a lot of different kinds of people. Um, there's so many books out there. I mean, it's not like we're all talking about the same things. So what got you guys started? What made you think that this was a good idea? And, I know when I got started, one of the things that was pretty exciting was, to have MJ give you that first shout out, "Oh, hey, here's a new channel." She noticed that I didn't have my about page filled out, just totally forgot all about it. So, it's pretty exciting when someone mentions it because before that you have like, 3 subscribers and, two of those are family members or something. So Pat says, I watched for about a year before I decided to start my own channel. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure I was watching book reviews for, a good year or maybe even more off and on, but they weren't my favorite kinds of videos all the time. I kind of was watching more the adventure stuff like the ghost town guy and I was watching people hike and I was watching, different things like that. Sometimes recipes and stuff. I mean, nothing having necessarily to do with books. And it was a little bit just kind of like a more of a spur of the moment thing. Like I say, he just sounded encouraging to me. So, but what kind of made you decide? I mean, did you just think, well, I have something to say too, so I'll just jump in, or, um, you know, did you just think that, I don't know. What were you thinking? I wasn't even sure that, I was going to have enough material really. So Ellen Maid says so many things. Yeah. I think seeing others just giving it a go gave me the courage to try and push myself to put myself out there. And I just wanted to read more again and talk about it and give it a try. Yeah. So it definitely will increase your reading a lot for sure. I was reading a lot, but I'm reading a lot more now. I'm enjoying it more because it seems like it has a little more, I don't know, direction to it or something. Mild Rumpus, I've always been a reader. Wasn't really aware of BookTube until around 2019. Yeah, I think I had heard people call it BookTube or something, but I don't think I really had a full understanding of exactly what they were talking about or how much went into it. So Some other character said started watching videos on King last year. Mike's book reviews. Yeah, he does good ones on King. And YouTube got smart and started recommending other channels. Then it kind of snowballed from there. Thought I could add my 2 cents. Yeah, I don't know. You just kind of think you have something to say, I guess. So, Mild Rumpus. I watched for years and was finally motivated to start a channel after watching a video from Book Time with Elvis. Yes, I watched Book Time with Elvis before I was a booktuber, too. He has a good channel as well. Pat felt encouraged by a couple of people that I was watching, and I think having recently retired from teaching also had me searching for things to do related to books and reading. And Mika Cummins also had a powerful video about just getting started and just doing it. Yep, and that's what you got to do. You got to just, I thought about it for like a week or two, kind of molded over in my head. Well, what would that first video be like? And what will I say? What will be the subject matter? And then I just took the plunge into it and did it. So Ellen Maid says it felt like a welcoming community to join, and it obviously turned out to be. When we got somebody new, Skeleton Key. Hi, sorry to hop in late. That's fine. Yeah, you can just kind of scroll through the comments. We're just getting started, and we are talking about kind of what got us started with YouTube. You know, it's more than just the money and the bling. I mean, we're here, we're here for the camaraderie and things like that. So I was really impressed by the camaraderie among people as well, and I wasn't aware of, really how in depth that was. How what a great community it was until I got into it. I was like totally unaware of that part, and how connected I was going to start feeling towards other people, and started and how many YouTubers I was going to end up watching, because you want to, I mean, once somebody comments on your video, you kind of want to watch one of their videos, see who they are and what they're up to. So yeah. Skeleton Key said, my husband encouraged me to start my own channel because I am obsessed with books and enjoyed watching others so much. That's great. That's great. So now is he sorry because you're spending so much time on videos? You have time for anything else? Or just kidding. It's like anything else. You have to know when to say when, Yay for encouraging husbands. That's right. The sense of community is very real, and I really do feel deeply connected to many people here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I say, it's just amazing. Right after MJ gave me the shout out, other people started reaching out to me. Fred at Read by Fred, he's someone who kind of, really makes sure that the new booktubers feel comfortable and, get those first few comments going. Farah at Bookstalgic, she was someone that reached out to me almost right away. So then, like, I had already made probably a few videos by then. And I mean, it was fun. It was a fun pastime. But once I started to know people, it really did become fun, then it kind of gave it a cohesiveness that it just made it more fun. So Skeleton Key says her husband's a huge help. That's great. And Mild Rumpus, who always welcomed the newbies. Yes. Yes. That's right. That's right. So has anybody else tried to do that too? Maybe tried to see if you can find a newbie channel and watch it and make a comment. I've done that a couple times, but I probably don't keep it in mind really enough. I probably probably could do it a little bit more because, like I say, we know how it felt, you know. Yes, and those early shout outs are very kind. Yes. Took me almost 4 years to hit 100 subscribers, but until this January, my videos were extremely sporadic. Yeah, you got to kind of keep them out there, you know. I do about I I do 2 a week. Sometimes it's 3. So, which isn't too bad. I try to keep them short. Um, and I've been pretty steady with that. So, you know, not yet because oh, okay, so you haven't reached out. Okay, you haven't reached out yet because you're new yourself, yeah. But that's okay. They probably wouldn't mind, you know, if you left in the comments and said, you know, hi, well, you know, because usually people will do the newbie tag. So I'll say, you know, hi, welcome to the community, or, you know, sometimes I've even said, yeah, I'm pretty new myself because it's only been 5 months for me. I've only done this 5 months. Ellen Maid says, every now and then. Good. Yep. And Pat, try to look out for all the people that MJ features each week. Oh, yeah, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, that is a good way to do it. I don't always catch her videos, so yeah. And it's so cool because, you know, it's people from around the world, uh, different generations, you know, but we all love the books and all the activities around the books. So it's, you know, it's great in that way. Um, does anyone watch a booktuber who is just totally different from them, reads totally different genres that they wouldn't even read, but you watch them because you just think there's something interesting about them and you like their channel? Is there anyone like that? Because for me, kind of Criminali is a little bit that way. He does such a great book review, and he loves books so much. You know, his enthusiasm is there. So I just find his videos interesting, even though a lot of the books he reads, I probably wouldn't read. I don't read a lot of horror. Crime, maybe. It depends. Probably not the same kind that he does, though. Um, you know, and if you haven't watched any of some other characters' videos, you must, because his are quite the production. Definitely worth your time for sure. Whether you like his genre or not, which I think is mostly horror. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mostly the ones I've seen have been horror. Skeleton Key said, in January, I started doing weekly lives. Editing is difficult for me due to chronic pain, so uh, lives have saved me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Now I just need to post notices earlier so more people will show up. Yeah, there's there's a timing to that, for sure. Um, I didn't post early enough the last time. This is only my second live. So I did one a month ago, and yeah, I didn't post it early enough. But still, 8 people came for my first live. I didn't think that was too bad. I was good with it. But yeah, there is a little bit of pacing to that. Book chat with Pat said, I love Ollie at Criminali. Yeah, me too. He's really good. I don't know horror or thrillers, but I love him, and he's so open and friendly. Yeah, yeah. He's a likable person, and yeah. And Jay said most of my channels are like that. I like the people more than the stuff they read. I, you know, that's a good. I get that from you, Jay. I do. I get that from you. Um, Skeleton Key, yep, Criminali reads a lot darker stuff. Yeah. And he also read, the most disgusting books in the world. And the way he talks about some of them, I don't think I'll ever read them. Book chat with Pat said, I have become a science fiction reader because of Michael K. Vaughan's channel. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And some other character said, I watch The Book Baron. Sounds familiar, but I'm not getting a face with that one. 99% romance, but she is entertaining. Okay, I'm going to check that one out. And my channel has a lot of horror, but that's just a lot of current reads. Okay. So just currently you happen to be in a little cycle with the horror. And I get like that too, because, you read something and you enjoy it. And then before you know it, like Goodreads suggests something else to you, or Amazon or whatever. And of course, it's going to be the same genre. And so, or somebody else, recommends something to you. And, so you end up, yeah, getting stuck in a genre cycle. So that I'm just going to jot that down real quick. The Book Baron, just make sure that I have her subscription. And then Ellen Maid said, I don't think I've found one booktuber who has the same taste in reading as me. There is overlap on a lot, but also personalities and just the passion for reading. Yeah. And that's a good thing, because we all have a lot of things to talk about that way. And there is then, that space. I could join a club for my aero gardens too, but once we all grew the few things you could grow in an aero garden, although some people will definitely push the envelope, but there won't be much to talk about, and be a long time between videos for for all that stuff to grow. If you think it takes a long time to read a book, try to grow a pepper plant or something. It'll take a while. Okay, so where are we here? Okay, so Pat said, I've started reading a lot of things that I really hadn't explored because of all the events going on here. That's right. And you're in all of them. Pat's in and all of the different read-alongs and things like that. But that's good. That's that's great. But yeah, I think some people had talked about that, like these past couple of months on their channels, that joining all of these clubs, and then a lot of us who judged the BookTube prize, just it's a lot. There's been a lot just in a short time. And some people were like, well, I just want to read what I want to read now. I kind of heard that a couple of times from people. And I know I was kind of feeling that way too, after the, reading the 6 for the BookTube prize. So, but Pat, you got me interested more in poetry that I never thought I'd really be listening to either. But like now every day I'm like, where's my poetry? I have to have my poetry reading from Pat for the day. So yeah. Some other character said, I watched The Book Baron. Oh, okay, that's where we stopped. I've started reading. Okay. And then Ellen Maid said, that's the beauty of it all, is what I meant. Yep. Book chat with Pat said, well, I'm a little more focused this month. Last month was crazy. Good. Yep. You're focused on, I know, the poetry. You've still continued the poetry. It's poetry. Is it poetry month? I think it is. So yeah, good. Skeleton said, yeah, Pat, I'm doing Old School April, and we'll be reading my first Goosebumps book soon. I've never read them. Pat said, how fun. I was actually just looking at Goosebumps on my Kindle. Ellen Maid said, me too. I'm glad to hear that about the poetry. Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't watched Pat's poetry readings, excellent. She has good choices. And yeah, I think everybody would enjoy that. National Poetry Month is April. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right. So we're here for the people, we're here for the books. What else? What else? What else? Um, let's see. Okay. So, how does anyone have like a structure or just a template or concept of how you do your book reviews? Because sometimes I kind of find those to be the hardest of the videos that I do. And I've kind of had to work on that a little bit. I don't know if anybody else, maybe some of the newer people are kind of like that too. Like, what, you liked the book and there's things you liked about the book, but like, what do you say? Like, how do you convey that? And what if you didn't like the book? What should you say about a book that you didn't like? You don't just want to be overly critical, but you want to say something that's kind of meaningful so that people will understand. I mean, that doesn't mean that they're not going to like the book if they pick it up, but you just maybe kind of want to warn them about something. Well, the first couple chapters are kind of, off a little bit or something, but why? I mean, how do you do that? What I did was I had to really watch a lot of other people, especially those I liked, so that I could kind of get a little bit of a method for how to how to really do the book reviews without getting lost in, well, this happened, and then that happened. Like, you don't want to give away the story, but you have to kind of give a little bit of structure, and then people want to know your opinion. They want to know your opinion. So I've kind of got a little format that I use, but I mean, how has everybody else done that? Because maybe you didn't like doing book reports when you were in school or something. Doesn't mean you don't like reading, just means you didn't like doing the book reviews. Okay, so Skeleton Key's working on a big poetry anthology. All right, so you're reading a chunky too for the Poetry Society of Colorado. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Are you joining any May BookTube happenings? In May? Maybe. I don't know if Ellen's going to have her book club by May. I might be reading something for May for the book club. And I'm in the band book project. So I'll read probably 2 band books also. I have a notes template. That's what Ellen said. And just likes and dislikes or general thoughts. And if I would read from the author again. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. And I might not be the role model. No, but everybody's going to have their own way of doing it. It's not to be the role model, but just, I don't know, sometimes if it's something one person has kind of struggled with a little bit, other people may have as well. And for plot, I try to say the bare minimum, but still give an idea of the book. Yeah, I know. I do too. Because I don't really want to give spoilers. I feel like people who are interested in the book, and they're the ones that are going to watch the review, aren't really going to want spoilers. So yeah, I try to stay away from them. Skeleton Key said proofreading it. We're hoping to do a cover reveal soon. Oh, okay. So you're proofreading for an anthology. I'm sorry. proofreading for anthology. That's awesome. That's great. What a great project to be involved in. That's super. Pat said, love to hear more about the poetry anthology. Yeah, definitely. Jay said, I leave the real book reviews for those who are good at it, and I just do a final thought on the book, and it usually just ends up with me going off on some kind of rant or tangent. Yeah. Well, that's okay though. That's your style. That's your style. Now, I hope everybody's looked at Jay's channel. He does his faceless. So he is walking through sometimes a graveyard, sometimes down a country road. It's very beautiful. It's been nice and snowy and things like that. So pretty soon, I guess we'll get to see spring. And he does the book reviews, or else he goes to different little free libraries and looks for books that he might like. And, while he's showing the shelves, I'm like, oh, get that. He goes over it. No, you got to go back to number 3. That had a good one on the second shelf. But yeah, so he does his a little bit different, but that's okay. Book chat with Pat. I try to find what I can say that is positive about a book first. Yeah, good point. But I feel like I have to say what didn't work for me. Yeah. I don't want to. What's the point? I mean, what's the point in lying to people? They're going to know sooner or later that you told them something that isn't true. I probably wouldn't review a book that I really intensely disliked. Yeah, well, you probably would DNF it. So, you wouldn't, although I kind of had a reaction to one of those from the BookTube prize. I don't know if anybody got to see that, but yeah, I didn't. Land of Milk and Honey wasn't particularly a good book for me. And I couldn't connect with any of the characters, and I don't know, the general plot, it was kind of okay, but wow, I just couldn't get any traction with that book. So I did have some negative things to say about that one in my review. And one of the other books for the BookTube prize is So Late in the Day, and it was three different stories, and I'm going to have the review of that come out pretty soon. I think it comes out on Sunday afternoon, and I didn't really care for that one either. So those two are a little different. Elamine said rants are the best part, and they can be. Yeah, absolutely. It shows honesty. I guess. Skeleton Key said, we used to do an annual showcase of contest winners, but the pandemic threw us off schedule. So now it's 3-year edition, 6 by 12 by 3 poems. All right. Wow. That is so cool. That's great. Yeah. Keep us up to date on that. I have to make sure that I am subscribed to your channel. I believe I am, but I'll be sure. Sometimes you think you are, but Jay said, I've talked to other videos too. You made me actually laugh out loud. Yeah. Yeah, people kind of like that one. I guess it was all right. But you were tactful in your discussion of Land and Milk and Honey. Okay. Even though at the end I said it was distasteful. And some other character said, for hero videos that require additional research and editing. Oh, okay. That's your hero video. I'm going with an overall theme that I find interesting. Red Dragon, Sacred Men, Salem's Lot, When to Ask for Help, stuff like that. Oh, okay. I get it. A theme. Okay. Oh, Scared Men. Why did I say sacred? All right. So Scared Men, Red Dragon. Okay. Got it. Very cool. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna have to check out your channel and get caught up. Skeleton Key said, I'm missing judging the BookTube prize. So I started doing a sort of read along of my own. Okay, good. Good, good. Yeah. I decided not to judge the quarter finals. Just take a break from it. And I think it's going to be, I think I'll be glad I made that decision, but I can jump back in to the semifinals probably. Ellen Maid said, I think as long as you can keep the focus on the book and stay away from personal attacks, it's fine to be honest, respectful, but honest. Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. That's a good way to keep it in your mind. You know, this is about the book. It's not about the author. It's not about, you know, how snarky can I be today or whatever. Um, there's some people on Goodreads that do a really good job of that, of being snarky. I mean, they're funny and it can make you laugh, but sometimes, yeah, it's a it's a bit biting. I wouldn't want to be an author and read something like that. There's actually a few people that I notice their name all the time, you know, on Goodreads. For some reason, they seem like the one that pops up at the top. They must just be like their top reviewers or something. They probably just review everything, but they do it in a. I'm actually surprised when they like a book. Sometimes it's is it you know it's their style. So far, I've read Yellowface and Orbital. So it's good that I'm not judging for reals. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's a lot of reading that goes into the BookTube prize for sure. Um, if anybody's interested in doing that, and it's definitely worth doing. Um, you know, you have to be prepared to read because you will. So we're doing all our book reviews. What about tags? I've been doing a lot of tags lately. Pat's been doing a lot of tags lately. And she's been tagging me thinking that, you know, I don't want to do any more tags, that I'm getting tired of it, but I'm not. I like to always have one ready for Tuesday, Tag Tuesday. Is there anybody that just like flat out just like won't do them for some reason, or because I think they're an easy way to get a video done. They really are. Um, you know, some of the tags are extremely easy and you can just do a, you know, little 10-minute video. And they are a kind of fun way to get to know people. So I think they're worth doing. I didn't even know they existed in the booktube world until I um, you know, became a booktuber. So I'm kind of glad they're there. But I don't know how other people feel about them. Sometimes I mean, they get quite a number of views. So I'm assuming, you know, most people probably like them. Skeleton Key said, I don't think of my videos as actual book reviews. Since I try to save that for Goodreads, I express myself much better in writing. Yeah. 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 I'll do like a little outline thing and I'll fill it in. That's to go to Goodreads. And I just use it as my little outline if I'm going to do a video. And that's if I'm going to do a video. I don't review every book I read, but like all the ones I did for the BookTube prize, I reviewed, and I'm reviewing all of the banned books, not so much of a review of the book, but more talk about the reason why it's banned and what I think about that and where I think it's going and just statistics about it, what I think is important about it. So yeah, those are kind of separate but similar. Pat said tags. Oh my God, so many tags. Yeah. I think I'm behind by at least two, but oh well, whatever. We'll get there. Ellen Maid said, I have so many to catch up on, but they're fun. They are. They are fun. Um, Pat said there are people who won't do them anymore. They just get tired. Just get tired of them, maybe. Jay said I'm so far behind on tags. And Pat said they're usually fun and they do let people get to know you in a different way. Some of the recent tags have been very thought provoking. They have. Yeah. I like the one about how do you rate your books? That was good. Um, because that's really something like I hadn't really thought about actually talking about that, but it's it's good to kind of like in your mind go over it and say, okay, would I ever give a book a 1 star? And when I give a book a 5 star, well, what do I really mean by that? Why do I say five stars opposed to 4? Like what makes the difference here? It got me to think about some of that. I mean, I wasn't doing too bad, but it was good. I felt like it was good to go over it. So I'm glad I did. Um, Ellen said, I feel like tags are like an invitation to a party, and eventually you have to prioritize and see which ones you have a good outfit for. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly. Exactly. You have to know if it's worth putting in the time to to do it. But yeah, there's been some good ones lately, so they usually are worth it. And like I say, if nothing else, it's a quick way to get your video out there. If you have a commitment to yourself, I'm going to do so many in a week or whatever. It can be an easy way to get one done for sure, or a difficult way because some do make you think a little more. Some other character said, I like watching the tag videos. It's community oriented, which makes them fun to watch. Yeah. Yep. Skeleton Key said, tags are fun, should do more, but I keep meaning to um, do them as lives with friends. Yeah, you could do one as live. That'd be kind of fun as guests, and we all do the tag. And scheduling is hell. Yes, for sure. Yep, I'll bet it is. I'll bet it is. Ellen said they are also great in between reviews when you haven't finished any. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, it takes a long time to, pick a book, read a book, decide you don't like it, get another one, do your review. You could do 3 tag videos in that time, easy. Pat said, yes. How do you rate your books was great tag. I also really like the one that Mild Rumpus created this week to celebrate his 1,000 subscribers. It was filled with gratitude. Oh, I didn't realize that. Mild Rumpus, congratulations to you, 1,000 subscribers. That's definitely a milestone. So, congrats. And encouraged us to think of people who have helped us. Yes, I remember that one. Yeah, you're right. That was a good one. That was very good. And it was a little bit different. Um, yeah, very good. Yes, I agree. Skeleton Key said, I still want to do the tags from this year's June on the Range. Okay. I'm not familiar with that because I wasn't a booktuber in June. I just started on November 11th. That's my 1111. That's my booktube anniversary date. So I'm 5 months going on 6. So let me see what else I have here on my little outline. Or what else does anyone else really want to talk about? Let's see. What else have I got here? Okay. Well, I was going to say too, Ace's channel, not Mild Rumpus. That dog is so cute, and Ace is a star. I agree. Yeah. Very nice. So what is June on the range? Oh, Westerns. Read Westerns for June. That would make sense to me, but I don't know for sure. So now, what about videos that aren't about books? Because like I've chosen to do some different stuff. Doesn't mean everybody should. I'm just saying I've chosen to do some different stuff. Um, the pottery. I've done some out and about. You know, um, showing things in town, um, showing kind of tourist things. Um, they're different, and there's a different focus to walking around with that camera and doing things on the fly. I see what you're up against, Jay. Um, than sitting in a controlled environment where nobody's going to bother you and it's nice and quiet, and you can think through what you want to say. When you're out on the street and there's noise and different things happening, you've got to do things a little bit of a different way. So I know the majority of people, I think, like those videos. They aren't among the most watched. I mean, people truly are booktube for the books, I think. So that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, I've chosen to make some others. So I don't know. What do people think about that? Is there some other things that you like to see, or would you consider doing a video that doesn't have anything to do with books? And if so, what do you think you would do it on? Okay, so it's Michael K. Vaughn's event, Westerns in June. Okay, cool. Yes, Westerns. I don't really read them, but it's a fun change. Yeah, I don't really read them either. Um, Pat said, absolutely. Pat said, love your videos that include your gardening. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, there, yeah, there's a lot of nice visual stuff with the flowers and everything. And I kicked all those flowers outside now because the weather's better. So they aren't freeloading in my sunroom anymore. They're all outside, except for the really, really big uh, petunia that's like a light purple color. That one's going to be transplanted into soil tomorrow. And then that'll free up that bigger garden. And I'm going to start some bell peppers in there. So we'll see what happens with that. So maybe I'll record some of that. That might be good. Jay said, I'm all for them. I love the pottery video, like the personal videos. Yeah. Good. Yeah. I do too. Yeah. Like to see people doing different things. Some people have had their animals on. I've had Raina on. She thinks she's a YouTube star now. Yes, the pottery was awesome. Thank you. Skeleton Key said, and sometimes I realize that I do read Westerns. I concluded that Blade Runner is a Western. It even has shootouts and livestock. Okay, well, then that's fair. Sounds fair to me. The book I remember reading that I would call a Western, maybe, you could, it's an interesting book. It's called A Land Remembered, and it's by, I think the author is Patrick D. Smith, and he writes about, well, I don't know how many books he's written about Florida. I think it's more than one. But this particular book, A Land Remembered, is about Florida. But before it became Mickey Mouse Land and, all of that stuff. And so he writes about when it was an open range and people were driving cattle through there and what that was like. And he goes through 3 generations in a family. And just in those 3 generations, the land changes just dramatically and becomes, depending on how you look at it, the disaster or the paradise, whatever, that it is today. But yeah, it's it's really interesting. It's an excellent, excellent book. I had always wanted to read it and I just never did. And for some reason I had some time and I happened to have it a couple of years ago. And I mean, I read it in like two sittings because it was so good. It was so good. I don't know if that would count as a Western, but that's one I definitely recommend. Ellen Maid said, yes, outside is a different beast. Yeah, I think you recently did one outside. I like a sprinkle of life in the book videos as well, as long as it's made known. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's not the one to label book review or something like that. Raina is a star. Yeah. As long as there's treats coming, she's a star. Skeleton Key said, I include food and travel content sometimes. Oh, good. All right. All right. And I've done flute content before. Very good. Hopefully, I can get back to that soon if my physical therapist clears me for practice again. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I hope so. Love to see that. Jay said, she's so cute. She just sits there and watches you. Love when she makes an appearance. Yeah. Well, I'll have her join in again. And look who's here. MJ says, hi, everyone. Hopping in and out to show support. Great to see this. Thanks. Well, we talked about you, MJ, kindly, in a very kind way, saying how important it is that first time you get that MJ shout out. And, that sometimes you pick up on little things that maybe as a starter have slipped our minds. Like I didn't have the about page filled out. And all of a sudden I went, oh, yeah, she's right. So, yeah, things like that. That's great. So glad you could stop in. Jay said, June on the ranch will be right up my alley. I'm all about the Westerns. All right. Yeah. Yeah, you've read quite a few. So yeah, you'll like that one. So okay, it's almost out of time. So let's talk about time. How many hours do you think you spend involved in activities that are related to BookTube? How long does it take you to make a video? So as we're wrapping up, I guess, what do you get out of it? What is the biggest payoff for everyone? Don't say the money. And, here's one more question that I thought of at the last minute. And this is a good one, I think. What was the strangest reaction you got from anyone you knew when you told them you started a BookTube channel? Did anyone get like people just thought you must be nuts or said something to you that was like just totally, not what the situation was, or just not understanding why you did it or questioning why you did it? Because for some reason, it's different to all of a sudden tell your friends, I started a BookTube channel. Somebody was talking about that one time and I thought, yeah, a lot of people don't tell their family and their friends right away. And I didn't feel like I wanted to either. So I put it on my Facebook page. Like the first few times I was just like, hey, start a channel, want to take a look. But most people don't care because unless they're readers, they're saying, but a few people subscribed, and I know they watch once in a while. I know they do because then on Facebook, they'll direct message me and say, oh, I saw this, or something like that. So yeah. So what do you think? But I haven't gotten a weird response. You just feel a little strange those first few times telling people that. I don't know why. Like, why is it a secret that you want to be on YouTube? Big deal. Everybody's on YouTube, right? So, okay. So I guess MJ's signing out. All right. So she probably missed all those nice things we said about her. Pat said, I didn't have any strange reactions. My friends have been really sportive. Yeah. Yeah. I got that too. This is a great payoff. I haven't told anyone. Only my partner knows, and he's my biggest cheerleader and fan. That's great. That's great. I'm the last person anyone would think started a YouTube channel. But you know what would be interesting is if you didn't tell your friends, your live friends, and they noticed a difference in you. They noticed maybe some confidence in the way you were speaking, or you being a little more outgoing or something like that, or a little more just somehow, I don't know, happy, content with yourself. I don't know. But wouldn't that be interesting if they noticed like a positive change about you that you could maybe attribute to BookTube? That would be really interesting. Jay said, only my wife and a friend. No, neither have seen it. Can't get your wife to watch it? I can't understand. Skeleton Key said, I haven't had much reaction at all, even though most of my friends are readers. A few are enthusiastic about joining me on lives, though. Good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. It's good to, it's good to have people that stop in. So I don't know why we hesitate, but Pat said, I have a group of friends that watch my videos, and they have even subscribed to some of my BookTube friends' channels. Very cool. Oh, I know you told me that a friend of yours, I think, subscribed to mine because she liked plants, I think, or something. And Ellen said, that would be interesting. Yeah, it would be. So you can be the experiment, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. If you want to, and let us know. So, anything else we should talk about before we go? Time's almost up. Usually like to keep it to about an hour. We don't want to wear ourselves out with lives. And it's the middle of the night for some people. Ellen, you don't have to work tomorrow or anything like that, I hope. Skeleton Key said, my channel name is awful for searching. They have to have a link or the channel tag. Yeah. Oh, Skeleton Key Books. Okay. Then I might not even be subscribed to yours. We'll see. Ellen said, great job, Renee. Thanks for hosting. All right. Well, thank you. Thank everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you stopping by and joining in the discussion. So if there's anything that you think of as a topic for a live that you'd like to talk about, then, send me an email. I usually have my email on my about page now. I usually have it in the description again, so you'll find it. If it's not on the video that you happen to be looking at one day, it's on the one that came out previously or whatever. So you'll find it. Yeah. And let me know if you think of an idea. For sure we'll do May's. June, I'm not too sure about. But yeah, I'd like to try to do one a month. I think that's good. Yeah. Some other character said this was fun. Have a great weekend, everyone. You too. Everyone have a great weekend. Stay safe. Pat said yes. Thank you for hosting. Lovely to chat with everyone. Yes, it was really good. Thank you guys so much. Love the discussion. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Ellen. Thanks, Skeleton Key, for coming by. Thanks to everyone. Rumpus, Mild Rumpus, thank you. And again, congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers. That's wonderful. Ellen said, great chat. All right. Take care, everybody.